You've already lost money with ChatGPT. The AI side hustle or the micro business window is closing. And most people don't even know that they're watching it happen in real time. Because right now, while you're watching this, someone maybe out in Southeast Asia is quite probably charging $47 for a ChatGPT prompt template that takes like 90 seconds to create. And they're selling 3 to 5 a day on something like Fiverr. Someone like you could be that person. Or you could be the one still watching tutorials thinking that the easy money window is wide open. It's not. It's narrowing fast. Okay, so let's get stuck right in here, shall we? Here's what most people don't understand about making money online with AI. There was a before ChatGPT era where the barrier was just imagination. And then there was the ChatGPT moment back in November 2022 when 100 million people got access to industrial grade language processing in 48 hours. Everyone thought it was the gold rush. And, they were half right. The gold, it can always be found around the edges. The people who understand what ChatGPT couldn't do yet, not knowing what it could do. Let me take you back to November 2022. ChatGPT dropped. This was Sam Altman and OpenAI's moment in the sun that changed everything. Within weeks, we saw the first wave of moneymakers, the prompt engineers. They weren't programmers. They were people that figured out that if you asked ChatGPT the right question, you could generate landing page copy, product descriptions, and email sequences. People paid like $27 for prompts on Upwork and Fiverr. People paid $297 for prompt bundles. One person out there could have made like $100,000 in 60 days selling ChatGPT secrets as a course. Yeah. But by March of 2023, the window had compressed. Why? Saturated. The prompts started to leak out for free. So the courses crashed. And here's what really matters. Those people weren't actually selling prompts. No. They were selling permission. The feeling that you could do something you weren't quite sure you could do. That was the real product. And that market, it didn't die. It just transformed. And this is where people right now are still getting stuck. They see, or they saw, the transformation as death. It isn't. By mid-2023, the landscape had shifted. ChatGPT Plus had become the baseline at $20 a month. The free version started to have restrictions. So the real money moved into implementation. People weren't buying prompts anymore. I mean, they were buying prompts, but they really weren't focused on buying prompts anymore. They were buying results. They wanted you to actually use ChatGPT for them. And that, my friend, is a crucial distinction. The skill you're selling isn't knowing ChatGPT. It's knowing your market so well that you can make ChatGPT produce what your market is actually hungry for. There could be a real estate agent out there paying $500 a month for a ChatGPT expert to write personalized emails to their 200 leads. That could happen. Heck, it could happen every single day. How about an e-commerce store owner paying $2,000 a month for someone to generate product variants, descriptions, and ad copy at scale so they can A/B test everything? For some, that is probably standard today. A small business owner could be paying $3,000 a month to have someone build them a GPT-powered chatbot. Yeah, to some, that's routine. And alongside all of that, the passive income models started to appear. The ones, digital products, prompt libraries, and AI-generated template packs, all sold on autopilot. Now, the difference between phase 1 and phase 2 was subtle, but it's lethal. In phase 1, you sold knowledge. In phase 2, you sell labor, skilled labor. That matters because labor doesn't scale infinitely. You are going to hit a ceiling at how many clients you can serve when you're doing the work yourself. But here's where the smart ones moved. Phase 3 started about September 2023 or so, maybe a little bit after that. And most people did not even realize that they were in it. This is where you stop selling labor and you start selling systems. Now, we started talking about building systems in the last episode. If you didn't hear that one, be sure to go back and check that one out. You build a service or a product that uses an LLM platform like ChatGPT as an engine, but doesn't require you to be inside every single transaction. An AI writing agency, for example, it could have templates and workflows and client-facing dashboards and SOPs, all of which could scale. A ChatGPT-powered Shopify app that auto-generates product descriptions. That could be pretty cool. That, my friends, is different money. A prompt library that automates automatically based on trending searches. How about that? That could be cool. That could be recurring revenue. That could even be genuine passive income. An agency that sells AI enhanced content services to, I don't know, 500 clients, but only has 4 employees because they got that process down so tight that they only need 4 employees. That is the model that everyone is racing towards. And the barrier to entry went from understanding GPT to understanding business infrastructure. I alluded to that in the last episode. People are connecting ChatGPT or whatever LLM to their workflows through API integrations. They're automating with tools like Zapier and Make.com and N8N and turning what used to be hourly work into recurring income streams. Okay. And this is where I'm going to call this phase 3.5. And this one is moving fast right now, coming out of 2025, going into 2026, the GPT Store. Some folks out there don't believe in this. I still believe it's an opportunity. OpenAI opened the doors for everyone to build and sell custom GPTs. People are building specialized custom GPTs for specific industries, legal research, real estate listings, fitness coaching, and monthly subscription fees for access to these custom tools. That's a digital product with a passive income mechanics already baked right in. It's not affiliate marketing. It's not freelancing. It's kind of a software business with almost zero technical barrier. If you're not thinking about a GPT store right now, you're already behind in phase 3.5. Now, of course, there are far more advanced things, but I'm talking for the ease of access folks that tend to listen to this show. They're like, I know nothing. This is an ease of access. And let me make this even more concrete. Let's say you're a freelance copywriter back in phase 2. You could have been charging $2,000 a month to a client and you use GPT to write their email sequences. But really, if you think about it, you're still trading time for money at that point. You could take on maybe 8 clients before you start to burn out, even with these tools available to you. And so you hit that ceiling. That's good, but it's not great. But when you move into phase 3, you could take those 8 clients and you document exactly what you do for them. You build out templates, and then you can sell that as a service. Now you can hire someone at, I don't know, $2,500 a month to run that service while all you do is just add more clients into the pipeline. So you're building a recurring revenue stream. You've got an employee, which means you've got a business. That's the invisible threshold, let's call it. But here's what no one wants to admit. We're in the early bleed phase between phase 3 and phase 4. And phase 4 is going to completely break what you think you know about this entire landscape. And right now, in this moment, even while you're watching this right now or listening to this wherever you are, GPT-5 is getting way better at reasoning. Claude is getting better at nuance. OpenAI is training models that can actually understand context across multiple conversations. The next generation isn't going to be faster at generating text. It's going to be better at understanding what it is you actually need. It's not just about text anymore. We're talking about graphics and videos and everything. Midjourney and DALL-E and Leonardo and all those tools that are out there have opened up entirely separate income streams around AI image generation and AI video generation that can feed into the same money-making online ecosystem. When this happens, the jobs that exist in phase 3 start to crack. They start to wobble on their foundation. Why pay someone $2,500 a month to manage a GPT for your business when the AI now, with its reasoning abilities, can start to manage itself? Why hire a consultant when version 5 can really troubleshoot the problem you're having in real time? And this is where I need to tell you something that might make you a little uncomfortable. And I'm okay doing that. The easy money phase, the one you still think you're in, it ended. And you weren't even here for it. If you're listening to me right now, you were either maybe too scared or maybe you didn't even know it existed. And that's fine. Most people weren't aware. Most people still think it's existing. But the money that's available right now requires a slightly different set of skills entirely. Here's what you need to understand in here's what's happening today kind of market. Funnels, customer psychology, systems, specifically delivery systems, and positioning. You really need to be a business person first, a business person who just happens to use AI. You don't need to be an AI person that's trying to be a business person. 2 completely different skill sets. Here's the genuine educational layer that changes how you should think about this. The actual scaling mechanism in an AI-powered business, it's not the AI. No. Hear me out on this. It is the information asymmetry. You know something specific about a specific market that makes the AI output valuable. Let me give you an example. Let's say there's a ChatGPT expert who knows nothing about the insurance industry. They will tend to create okay insurance copy for their clients. Really, they're probably creating garbage copy for their clients. But if you flip that on its ear and get an insurance agent to learn ChatGPT, maybe you're an insurance agent and you're learning ChatGPT, you could create brilliant copy because you understand the customer pain point at the nth degree. The AI is just a multiplier. You are the broadcaster. Most people are out there getting it backwards, and then they're wondering why their AI product, he says with air quotes, fails. It fails because the AI was never the business. You are the business. And the future, and this is where it gets tricky, is going to be defined by people who own their audience, not owning their tools, not their tools, not their templates, their audience. Because even when ChatGPT 5 or whatever LLM model you're out there using can generate anything, the scarcity becomes attention. So you need an email list. You need a community. You need a tribe of folks that believe in you. You need people who trust you enough to buy whatever it is you're going to build next. And even when the AI itself is commodified, they're still ready to throw their credit card numbers at you. In 2025 and heading into 2026, the game shifted decisively towards this. People making serious money aren't doing it because they're the best prompt engineers. No, they're doing it because they built a moat, an audience that can't be replaced just by having better technology. And here's where the ground is going to shake underneath you. The uncomfortable truth is this. If you're trying to make money with ChatGPT or Claude or whatever else in 2026, you're actually 18 months too late for the real gold rush. But, and this is a critical but, you're still early for something even bigger. The window for the ChatGPT consultant work is closing. I think it's almost closed. But the window for the AI-enhanced service businesses is still open, although it too is narrowing. The window that's widening is the one where the real money and the real potential passive income potential is. That is the audience play, building a brand, building authority, building a community around a specific way of using AI inside of a specific industry. That's not something that gets disrupted in 6 months because that is structural. But here's the trap. If I tell you it's too late, you're going to stop trying and you completely miss it altogether. If I tell you there's plenty of time, most of you are going to procrastinate and you're still going to miss it. The truth is somewhere a little darker. There's still money available, but it requires you to be honest about what you're really good at. Are you good at positioning yourself as an authority or someone else as an authority? Then build an audience, sell courses, and sell services. Are you good at systematizing processes? Good. Then build agency infrastructure. Use API integration to automate what your competitors are still doing manually by hand. Or maybe they're doing it by pasting all these different tools together. Are you good at building products? Good. Then go build a product. The ChatGPT Store could be your on-ramp right now. But don't pretend ChatGPT is your moat. Don't pretend that AI is your moat because it's not. It's just the shovel and you are the miner. Okay? People who make the most money in the next couple of years, 2 to 3 years, will not be the ones chasing all the AI hype, all the ChatGPT or Claude or Perplexity hype. They're going to be the ones who learn from it and leverage it to build something real and are now quietly capitalizing on an audience that took them 6, 8, 12, 18 months to develop. They're not selling ChatGPT courses anymore. No, they're selling what ChatGPT and AI enabled them to build. Their positioning, their framework, their results. The AI is invisible. The business is visible. The real game is always the same game, no matter how you're playing it and what tools you're using to play it with. Build trust, deliver results, and repeat. The AI just makes those first 2 steps way faster. Real quick here. If this episode is hitting a little differently for you, maybe it's hitting home. If you're sitting there thinking, okay, I need a clear roadmap to this, then I want to point you towards something that was built exactly for parents like you. It's called the AI Escape Plan newsletter. Every single week, I send out practical AI powered strategies designed specifically for parents who are ready to stop trading time for money and start building something real, their own audience. No fluff, no hype, no overnight riches nonsense, just real steps, real tools, real frameworks, and real models that can fit around your family life. Again, the AI isn't the business. You are. The newsletter just hands you the shovel that you can use to dig your own mine. We're talking about strategies you can implement on Saturday morning before the kids wake up and have it running on autopilot by Sunday night. More money, more freedom, and more of what really matters. Head on over to darkhorseinsider.com and get signed up right now. Your roadmap to breaking free is waiting for you. So let's step back and zoom out for a second, because what we've been talking about isn't really just about AI or ChatGPT or Claude or Anthropic or whatever. It never was. What we've been talking about is probably the oldest pattern in history of economic disruption. Every single time a new technology emerges, the printing press, the internet, social media, smartphones, there's always a gold rush phase. Every single time. The early movers make the fast money. The masses, they tend to arrive late. And then the tool gets commoditized. Then the real winners begin to emerge. Not the ones who had the best tool, the ones who built the best businesses around the tool or with the tool. AI is just the latest chapter in that story. And here's why this matters for you specifically as a parent, as an entrepreneur, as someone who's juggling school pickups and mortgage payments and the quiet dream of something better. The window isn't closed, but it has shifted. And the entrepreneurs who win in this next phase aren't going to be the ones who know the most about AI. They're going to be the ones who know the most about their audience, who know the most about their market, and who know the most about their unique value, and who use AI to deliver that value faster, cheaper, and at scale. And not always just cheaper, right? Delivering the most value for the least amount of money. I don't want to say cheap, because then it's a race to the bottom. You're with me? Okay, good. But the bigger paradigm is this. AI is the great equalizer. It levels the playing field between the solo parent working at the kitchen table at 10 p.m. and the corporate marketing team with a six-figure budget and big swanky offices in the downtown major media city across the world. But only if you show up with a strategy. Only if you show up as a business owner first and an AI user second. The technology is evolving and will keep evolving. The phases keep shifting. I went through 4 of them. There's probably 3 or 4 coming up on the horizon quickly as I'm sharing this with you right now. But the fundamentals will always be the same. Trust, value, audience, results. Those will never change. They never have, and they never will. Okay? So all that said, this is a time I'm going to hit you with a little bit of whiskered wisdom and give you a sticky lesson that I want you to walk away with today. The shovel does not dig the mine. The miner does. AI, ChatGPT, Claude, and all the different LLMs out there is probably one of the most powerful shovels ever handed to an entrepreneur, to you. But the shovel sitting in the corner of your garage does not make you any money. You won't find any gold. You're going to have to pick it up. You're going to have to know where to dig, and you're going to have to be willing to get yourself a little dirty and build something with what you find, with what it is you dig up. Most people are waiting for that perfect moment, that perfect tool, that perfect version of AI that finally makes it easy enough. I don't like that shovel. I need a better shovel. No, the moment isn't coming. The tool is already good enough. The question is whether you are ready to use it like a business owner and not just somebody looking to get rich quick. Here's your specific action. And I want you to do this right after you finish listening to this episode today. Not tomorrow, not next week, right after you're finished listening to it. Go ahead and open up whatever AI you're using, ChatGPT or whatever it is. Think about one skill, one area of knowledge, and one industry you know better than most people. Maybe it's just most of your friends. Maybe it's real estate. Maybe it's fitness. Maybe it's diet. I don't know. Maybe it's homeschooling. Maybe it's bookkeeping for small businesses. Whatever it is, type in this prompt. I am an expert in, give it your area of expertise. Help me identify 3 ways that I could use AI to deliver value to others in this space and generate income. Read what comes back. Pick one. Write it down. Or engage in a conversation. Well, get a little more specific on those 2. All right. That's your front door to the gold mine. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a starting point. And now, guess what? After you put in that prompt and get some engagement from AI, you'll have one. Okay? So let's bring this home. Today, we walk through the full evolution of making money with ChatGPT from the Wild West prompt selling days way back in 2022. He says way back. It's 2026 now. Through the implementation phase into the systems and audience building era that we're living in right now. We talked about why AI was never the moat that you are. We talked about information symmetry, about owning your audience, about building something that lasts beyond the next AI model update. The window is shifting, but it's not closed. Entrepreneurs that move now with strategy, with clarity, and with that business owner mindset are going to be the ones that are going to look back 2 years from now and say something like this: that was the moment everything changed for me. Don't be the person who just watches it happen, who sits up there on their front porch, or maybe just in their easy chair in front of the TV going, yeah, I wish I would have done that. I want you to be the person who made it happen. Has this episode fired you up a little bit? Right? Just go ahead and share it with someone you know who's on the fence about AI and how it could make their business better. They need to hear it as much as you do. And if you haven't already, gone over to Dark Horse Insider and go ahead and grab your spot on the AI Escape Plan newsletter. Your roadmap is waiting. Go pick up the shovel and start digging. In the meantime, think successfully and take action.